Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, Rick. How are you today?
Okay, good. Yeah, it's working.
Good. Yeah, we had over 20 people in the waiting room, so hopefully everybody's
Wonderful.
getting in okay.
Yeah, wonderful. Good morning, Chris. You're muted.
She's hiding today.
Yeah.
Hello. There we go. Does that work?
Yes.
Hi,
Rick.
Good morning.
Hi, Joe. How are you? Rena, oh, good. Everybody's getting in.
Yeah.
I love seeing faces and we can actually talk to each other without masks on.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. This is great. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mike.
Thanks for joining. It should be a lot of fun today. A lot of material. I think everybody is muted by default, so if you want to keep it muted, that's fine. But make sure if you want to chime in. Again, today's going to be more of a casual workshop, a lot of Q&A. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. So first and foremost, thank you for joining today. We appreciate your time. We understand these are crazy times, but we're doing the best we can to work through it. It's been busy. The last couple of months have been a little crazy as far as closings and transactions, but I think we all know it's been challenging if you're working with a lot of buyers. So that's kind of the point of what we're hoping to help with today. Should be about an hour total. Just want to chat about a few things up front. Obviously, if you have a barking dog in the background, or if you need to go yell at your spouse about something, that's fine. We understand. Just mute yourself so we can keep things moving along. Obviously, no politics, please. It's been an interesting couple of months, but we're gonna have enough of that over the next 2 months. Let's stick to our business. But again, I appreciate everybody's time. Let me check the waiting room real quick. Looks like we've got, so I'm gonna have to, for the first couple minutes, just keep jumping over to let people in. Okay, looks like we've got 4 more people coming in. All right, so I'll check back in a couple minutes on the waiting room. Looks like we've got about 25 people already, so that's fantastic. It's obviously a popular topic, and just want to let you guys know this is going to be part of an ongoing series we're going to do. There's going to be about 6 classes altogether spread out over the next couple of months. So today is kind of a 101 or an intro, if you will. This is going to be very valuable. Whether or not you're working exclusively with buyers right now and just want to get more listings, or if you're already doing some listings and just kind of want to polish things up. Obviously, as you grow your real estate business, you want to find that balance that's good for you. But I think we'd all agree that having listing inventory puts you a little more in control of your destiny. You can work with 2, 3, 10 listings if you have a nice system in place at the same time. I think it'd be a little challenging working with 10 buyers at the same time. So leveraging your time and getting the most from your real estate business, you definitely want to move to that spectrum of having more listing inventory. So we're going to show you some stuff that some of the things we've had in place for about 4 years. But admittedly, we haven't done the best job at making it easy for you guys to get access to. So we've tried to put it all in one place. I'm going to show that to you today. We also have some new stuff that we've rolled out. And I'd mentioned that, over these series, we're going to have about 6 classes in a row. This one's going to be more of an intro, making sure you guys are taking advantage of a lot of the free stuff we have. But I want to show you some things that I think will help your business. Again, everything we're going to show you is free. We're not selling anything. We're not trying to push you onto a vendor or anything. But you do have to do a little bit of homework. So at the end, I'm going to give you homework that will take you about 10 minutes. And I think it'll really help your business. And again, it's just to help us build things to support you guys. So let me check one last time on the waiting room. Okay, we've got about 25 now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll be doing some screen sharing today. So if there's any problems, please bear with me here. All right. First thing is I want to show you just a brief overview of what we're going to be doing today. So again, this is just an intro to listings. If you're already doing a ton of listings, this will just be more complementary to what you're doing. But I want to make sure, again, you're taking advantage of a lot of the stuff that we're doing for you behind the scenes. And just an overview of today's class. Again, I think that we'd all agree that having some more listings right now in particular would be fantastic. I personally think our inventory is going to be in this kind of state for at least the next year to year and a half. I think we'll see a little more inventory after that. But in general, I think we just need to start getting our head around the idea that, you know, when it comes to listings, you really want to be focused on that. Listings 101, and the reason I put first impressions here is we're trying to help you with your brand. And sellers are going to be looking for obviously different characteristics in an agent than buyers. Most buyers, they're not too choosy about who they're working with. They usually just pick somebody they trust or that they know, and that's why they've gravitated to you. Sellers are going to be doing a little more homework. If you've got a buyer's agent, you know, if you're a buyer, you're out there looking at houses and, you know, it doesn't go well the first couple of weeks, the agent's late, you're not happy with the properties, whatever, you can pretty much just blow off the agent. Not to put it too bluntly, but it really is true. And you can go find another buyer's agent very quickly. When you're a listing, when you're a seller, you're married to that agent for a while. It's a bigger deal. And obviously, as we all know, once you take your house and place it on the market, you're committed. So you've got to position yourself a little better. And that's what we're really looking to do here, is just kind of get you to look at it from a different lens and show you some tools that you can do to really help with that first impression when sellers are out there doing their research. I'm going to go through probably about 6 different things today. Again, all free stuff that we're doing for you guys. Just want to make sure you know how to find it and how to take advantage of it. Let me click back over here. Anybody have any general questions before we even get started? We've got 2 more in the waiting room. We're going to pull them in. All right, here we go. First thing I'd like everybody to do, I assume we're obviously all on our computers or our phones right now, is when a seller is thinking about selling their house, and you know, they typically have 1, 2, 3 different agents that they may be chatting with. And I guess I want to kind of ask out there, in general, what is it that you guys think sellers are looking for in an agent? Is everybody muted? Again, unlike buyers, they're looking for least amount of hassles. In a COVID environment, they're looking for an agent that is at least more security conscious, safety conscious. But the bottom line is they're looking to get the highest price for their home in the least amount of time with the fewest hassles. So that really should be your messaging, that you can get them the highest price, least amount of hassles, best terms of the contract, and just a smooth transition. It's very stressful buying the house. It's also extremely stressful selling your home. So when it comes to your messaging, you just want to kind of stick to that. Highest price for your home, best terms, least amount of hassles. And, you know, so just really speak to that. So when they're researching agents, I think they're going to look for 3 things up front. One is if they know what company they're working for, they're going to Google the company. So I'm going to go ahead and just share this real quick, and I would invite you guys to do the same. Again, just envision you're a seller. So okay, this agent Jane Doe works for Realty Advantage. What is Realty Advantage? So Google it, and here's our presence. So company website. This is a link to all of our agents. New listings. It's an old page. You need to update that. More listings, and then our Facebook page. Over here is our Google business page. Okay, it's got our reviews, a link to our website, addresses. So pretty inclusive. So then the sellers can come in, take a look at our site. They can see reviews. As a company, since we opened, we've sold over 11,000 homes. Right here, this is a number that everybody should know. What is your percentage of ask price? What does that mean? So as an agent, even if you've only had 2 listings or 10 listings or 30 listings, you should just know for yourself, like, what is your percent of ask? And the reason that's important to sellers, again, this is our company average over 23 years. So that's through the financial crisis and everything. So that's important. And just so that would be the first step, is to do your research. And you can also look at, for buyers, you know, what is the percentage of ask price that you get for your clients? Little things like that. So as they move down the page, again, this is more, we're just thinking about, what would a seller think of all this? Okay, comes down, talks about some of the services that we offer as a company. You get to see some of our new listings. So it's pretty comprehensive, but again, as a seller, you want to know who you're going to be putting your house on the market with. So the next thing I would ask is that, just individually, have you guys actually Googled yourself? Because that's the next thing any seller is going to do. They're going to probably look up the company, click through some of the links, they'll click on the agents, click on some of the stuff that we do, where we service. Then they're going to Google your name. So I would ask all of you right now, Google your name, see what comes up. We're not going to do it here online. I won't do it, but just take a peek. And this is very important. There is a method to all this, because this is exactly what I think a seller would do. Because again, sellers are looking for highest price, least amount of time, fewest hassles, best terms. And in their mind, you're going to be doing this through marketing. And every seller wants to know what marketing you're going to be doing. Like, what are you doing for your commission? And again, that's really what we're getting to as well, is the more tools that we can give you guys to bring to that table when you're talking to your sellers, the less you're going to be fighting for your commission the whole time. You got to show value. So if you're Googling yourself and nothing's coming up, you know, that's what we want to help you with. I think a lot of you are finding that you're Googling yourself, and our agent profile pages do show up. So we'll talk about that later in the call, about making sure you're getting the most of that. So again, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to really show you how, when the seller does Google your name and does research, they're going to be really, really impressed. You want to have that first impression really blow them away. So the next part of that is social media. We're not going to do that today. We'll show you how to build out your social media presence, because there are 2 different things. Someone like myself, I don't really do social media personally, but I'm on Google, I'm on LinkedIn every day, things like that. I'll research everybody via Google. Someone like my wife, she will research agents either on realtor.com or on Facebook. So you want to make sure wherever your potential seller is looking for you, doing their research, you want to make sure they're finding things that show a great first impression. If they can't find anything, what do you think they're going to think? Like, well, how is this person going to market my home? I can't even find the agent. How are people going to find my house? So it is important. So we'll show you how to do all that. So that's really just an introduction on first impressions. And again, we'll come back to some of the stuff that we've built out for you guys. Letting 2 more people in the waiting room. So I want to show you a couple things on the website, just to make sure that you guys know where the resources are. Again, we haven't done as good a job as I had hoped in just making this stuff. Hey, Lolly.
Hi, how are you? How you doing? Good to see you. Good
to see you as well. So thanks. I'm going to, right now, I'm going to pop over to the website again. Just make sure you guys can all see that. We've got 2 things that we've rolled out probably about 1.5 years ago now. If you go all the way to the bottom of the website, you'll see down here, agent support. So if you click on that, it just takes you to a page where we have videos of some of our previous classes, posts about things that we're doing within the office. You know, information about new forms. You can see here, G-Card just came out with a new solar panel addendum. These are also great articles that you guys can use to share on your personal websites or on social media. So take advantage of this stuff. We're creating this. These are some of the past classes that we've done. So links to the videos here. You can watch the videos. Other topics that we think are important to you or to your clients. Over categories down here, you can kind of search by the different topics. Again, we're building that out right now. There's 51 posts. We'd like to get that up around 300 or so. It's probably going to take us another 6 months to get there, but we're going to cover any topic that you want, but a lot of stuff that we see continuing issues with. There's a section right here where you can just check your licensing status, renew your license. Just standard links for MLS, zip forms. Up here, these are very useful. So again, we want to make sure you guys understand how to get access to this contract checklist. You just click on this. It's a PDF you can fill out. Chris and Hope are excellent at keeping this thing updated. So all the the latest G-Car and MAR stuff is in here. So take advantage of that. We also have a checklist for Virginia rentals and for a settlement package. So again, we've gone to email on most things, but so make sure you're taking advantage of this. And if you ever want to get back to this page, again, it's just realty-advantage.com/support. So we're going to cover two things next. One is testimonials. And what I'll do is I'll show you guys where these testimonials show up. And again, we're building out a web page for each agent in our Rockville office. So you want to make sure you're taking advantage of that. And by default, there'll be a slider of testimonials. But what you want to do is customize those. So to have one of your clients, whether it be a buyer, seller, investor, if they want to submit a testimonial, you just click on that link, and we keep it very, very, very simple. All they have to do is type in their name of the agent they're working with, and then testimonial. If they want to upload a picture of their house or of themselves, that's fine. And all they do is submit. To get to this page, again, it's just realty-advantage.com/testimonials. Take advantage of that. And that would be the first item of homework I have for you guys. Try to get 1 to 4 testimonials in the next 2 weeks, because these will show up on your website profile on our website, which people will find in Google. So if you don't have any testimonials, I'm sure you guys can find one person that can say something good about you. If not, we need to chat. So let me get back to the page before this. And next, we're going to cover marketing material. Does anybody have any questions at this point about just what we've covered so far? Nope. Okay. We're going to go to marketing material. Okay. So again, this is a new page that we've put together so that anything you need to order is all in the same place. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible for you guys. This website, again, just realty-advantage.com/marketing. So there's 3 pages we've set up for you. One is /support, one is /testimonials, and one is /marketing. So on these, I'm going to start with the bottom ones first, because these are the ones we've been doing for years, and then I'll come back up and cover the new ones. First one over here, buyer and seller packets. Again, we've had these for about 4 years now. They are hard copy presentation folders. And I can just see if I can show these to you real quick. Have you guys seen these in the office? So they're just hard copy information. We have one for buyers, one for sellers. Information as far as smoke alarm requirements, radon, you name it. So we pre-prepare these guys for you. So if you need one for your meeting with a buyer, meeting with a seller, just let us know. Come by the office, we'll have it ready for you. Inside, while I have it, we've always had the company brochures. We've had these again for about 4 years now. What we started doing now is adding agents' pictures, cell phone, and email address, as well as your name. So they're personalized. These are free of charge, guys. We've already ordered a bunch of them. So if you already got them, use them for your client meetings. If you did not receive them, let us know. We'll get some ordered for you. They're very nice. Again, multi-page, just general information about the company. When you do sit down with your buyers or sellers, you don't want to be showing up with just your cell phone and a printout of a tax record. You want to have the more value and the more impressive your presentation is, the less you'll have to discuss, fighting commissions and things like that, and you can focus more on getting the property listed. So I'm going to go back now to page we were on before. So those are the buyer and seller packets. We've got those at the office. Next is business cards. Again, you should always have business cards with you. I know it's kind of old school, but it's extremely effective. You should always have your cards. Anytime you have a discussion about real estate, make sure you're handing them out. They're full color, two-sided, nice quality stock, so take advantage of that. We just talked about the agent brochures. Again, those are customized. They got your name on them, your cell phone, and your email address. Just let us know. We'll get those ordered for you, and they're typically ready in, I think, 3 to 4 business days, I believe. So to order this stuff, again, you just come to this website, realtyadvantage.com/marketing. Just click on one of these forms. Very straightforward. Just fill out your information, submit it. There's no cost. And again, we'll get those ready for you guys. So take advantage of this stuff. Again, we've had those for years now. I'm going to move up to some of the stuff we've just rolled out more recently. Color listing flyers. We've been doing this for about 1.5 years now. And again, if you have a listing and you'd like to have flyers put together, all you do is just come here. Same thing, just click on the page, click on the form. It'll pull it up. We're going to look for the property address, MLS number, and typically what's best is if you copy and paste the comments that you have in bright into this area right here. That'll really help us. Again, we'll be able to use all of it, but it'll be helpful in us putting the flyers together for you. And then pictures. This is a new feature. You can basically just upload pictures here. Typically, I think we use 4 pictures for the flyers. If you have someone you're using for flyers now, that's fine. This is just an additional benefit for you guys. This is something that's relatively new, postcards. So when you get a new listing, just click on this. Again, we're paying for it. We'll actually send postcards out to sellers and neighbors around your listing. Again, same thing, just fill out the form, submit the information, letting us know where the listing is, and we'll take care of it from there. This is something, again, we've had for about 6 to 8 months or so, but a lot of agents are not taking advantage of it. And I would really encourage you to do so. This is a listing presentation. It was a template that they don't offer anymore. It was originally created by move.com and the National Association of Realtors. So we put in some of our content as well. It's just really nice to have when you're sitting down with a seller. You can go through this information as slides on a tablet, or what we've done recently is we've converted it to a video. So you can actually email the video to your clients. I know there's less face-to-face meetings these days, so that is something that's definitely popular. Let me see if I can show you one of those. And Rick, I think you and I had talked about that the other day about the listing presentation.
Yes, the digital one.
Yep. So
yes.
All we need for that, guys, is again your picture. If you want to put a personal bio in there on the form to request those, you can actually just paste that in there. That's up to you. If not, we do have some information about the company. I think what would be good for a listing presentation is if you had a nice CMA that you did, just include that video. Or if you want to print them out, that's fine as well. But it's a nice presentation. Between that and your presentation packet at the office, right there, you've got a lot of material to at least talk about and engage the seller with. Let me see if I can get one of those pulled up for you. Okay. Can everybody see this? Okay. So again, it's customized to you. It would have your picture, your information, and it's just a marketing plan for you to sit down with your seller. Again, this is the template. So what we'd like to do is build around this. If you're doing Facebook marketing, the CMA would be built around this, but this is basically the foundation of what you can use when you're meeting with your sellers. So there's a number of slides. Again, the one we saw earlier from the website just talks a little bit about the company, how many homes we've sold. That's the kind of information that sellers are very interested in, that buyers not so much. A little slide just showing the process. Again, even if someone's bought a home, even through you, they're new to the seller side of things. So it's nice to kind of lay out a roadmap for them of what to expect and set expectations and let them know, you're doing more for them than just putting a sign in the yard. This is a couple of nice slides about pricing. Again, you've got a lot of sellers, especially in this market, that are getting pretty ambitious on their pricing. So it's important that you have that discussion with them, go over the comps, explain some of the upside and downsides of the pricing. You don't want to price yourself so high where you miss those first couple of weeks, turning people off, or pricing too low where you're leaving money on the table. Also, a little nice slide about, you can get into a discussion about timing. A lot of your sellers are going to say, well, I hear what you're saying, I see the comps, but this is the price we were thinking of. And why don't we just try this for a couple of weeks and see what happens? We can always lower the price later. A lot of sellers will say that that's a terrible idea. And at least this just graphically shows why that's the case. Again, these graphs and everything are from the National Association of Realtors. So this is national sales data over a long length of time. This is just a slide about where business is coming from these days. Everything's gone to the web, of course. How buyers are finding the homes. As far as your marketing, just tells them, in addition to MLS, these are other places where the property is going to be marketed. In addition to Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, and all these secondary channel partners, the listings are also going to show up here. It's important to really explain this to sellers, how much you're bringing to the table. It's not just the MLS, it's not just the sign. There's a lot of exposure that they're getting, and realtors, you guys are paying for all this. So this just goes back. This is a slide about the brochures, flyers, and the postcards. Just lets them know that you're really going to be putting a ton of marketing out there for your services. I think this is important. We put this slide in here about showing time, especially nowadays. A lot of sellers are concerned about people coming in the home. How is it going to be tracked? And it's just nice to explain this. We all understand this, but this is a nice slide, and I think you can also build on this and give them some more information about the showing process itself, how the lockboxes work, how everything's recorded, how you get feedback. Again, it's all valuable stuff to the seller, but it's all included in this presentation for you. You can just kind of walk your way through it. Last one is just a closing page, again, with your contact information. Again, this is a pretty, this is just more the foundation of your presentation when you're chatting with sellers, but you can use this with buyers as well. Go ahead and use that. Get back. Did you guys have any questions about anything so far about how to order this stuff, or just chatting with sellers in general? Let's see, I think I've got more people in the waiting room here. Hold on a second.
Mike, I have a question. This is Rena Russ.
Yes,
Okay, so I had a question talking about less seasoned agents who may be working more with buyers right now. Well, a general question I have is, how do you, if you're not as seasoned and don't have a record of homes you've sold, how do you market yourself to potential sellers? How would you even present that argument to start?
Sure. I mean, do you have buyers that you've worked with before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I have buyers that I've worked with before.
Okay. Well, every buyer is a potential seller down the road. So there's a number of different ways to tackle that. First and foremost, you should be reaching, not you personally, but everybody in general should be reaching out to every single buyer on a regular basis, whether that's monthly, whether that's on a quarterly basis. I wouldn't go beyond quarterly. Every person that you've worked with before, you should be working for additional business, and that just means, hey, if send out either I just saw a ping there on a holiday card. Yes, we can certainly do that. You want to basically do something for every holiday, but also seasonal updates, market reports. So this is just things that you can send to them of value. But then on every single communication you have, so if you know of anyone who is thinking of buying or selling or has a question about real estate in general, I'm happy to help in any way I can. I offer free consultations. Let me know. That's something so general, but you want to work with those past clients. They already trust you. They've already worked with you. And hopefully they're happy with your services. So that would be one way, if you haven't done a listing before and mainly focused on buyers, is every one of those buyers eventually, they're going to need another bedroom. They're going to need more space. Nowadays, that's certainly the case. People don't mind, more of a commute if they can work remote, but they want to have a little more space between them and their neighbors. So everybody's situation is changing. The problem is the stat that I saw was only 20% of people use the same realtor twice. I mean, that's crazy, but I believe it. If you're not keeping in touch with them, and it's been 3 years, they're just, this coworker of mine, I think he just got his license. It's a shame, but if you keep in touch with them, again, they've already worked with you and had a good experience, hopefully, and trust you. So you got to keep working that relationship. So I would say that would be the first part. One thing we are going to cover in future classes, again, today is all about just giving you very broad strokes. What is it that sellers are looking for? And again, they're going to look you up online. If there's nothing online, you got to fix that. A seller is not going to place, the biggest investment they have in your hands if they can't even find you online. So just based on what we are putting together for you, we can fix that. Just with the agent website profile, and I'll show you that in a second here. Second part is building a database, and you can do that just through a spreadsheet, and you can get a CRM, which I highly advise everybody to do. Personally, I use Salesforce. Anybody, I think Diana, you and I had talked about it. If anybody who's interested in doing Salesforce, it is a little complicated to get set up. I am happy to help you get that set up and kind of do like a group coaching, if you will, to kind of get everybody up and running. It is the #1 CRM in the world. There are literally millions of users. It's the #1 platform by far. It's not just for real estate. It's specifically for sales in general. But I like the way it can be catered to our business. You can actually track your deal flow. You can know where, if you're in the home inspection phase, whether you're in appraisal phase, pre-qualification, and it can literally, you can put in hundreds of thousands of leads in there. It's so powerful, it's crazy. So it is a little bit much, but again, I'm happy to help you guys get that set up from ground zero. But by all means, you use whatever CRM you're comfortable with. And you can even just do Google Sheets. It's free if you have a Gmail account. But there should be somewhere that you are keeping track of. All your past customers should definitely be in there. Their address, contact information. Anybody gives you a lead, you should be tracking all of that in a database. So don't lose out on that kind of business. So in relation to your earlier question, so 1, work your past clients. 2, start building a database. One other thing we're going to do, this is going to be one of our classes as well, is using tools like Remind, where it used to be a lot of the features were more premium add-ons you had to pay for. They've really built that out now. So a lot of the stuff is now included with the Chris, I think it's free, isn't it? A lot of the tools?
A lot more is free now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Remind, you can actually click. I'm sorry, go ahead.
As you guys start building your databases for your past clients, I think it's a good idea if you just add a column for the realtors on the other side of that transaction. So just add a column for their name and email, because that's going to help you. One of the later classes, we're going to talk about your specific marketing plan for a listing. And that's something that's going to help you. So you keep a database of all those agents that you've worked with and you had these successful transactions. So they're part of your network now.
Yep, great point. So with Remind, you can actually go into neighborhoods, and if there's a particular area that you're looking to farm, you can go into the neighborhood. You can see, and that's Remind, REMINE. If you guys haven't used it before, they came out to our office. I want to say what, 2 years ago, Chris, and gave a presentation. Probably 2.5 years now. But again, back then, a lot of the features were the premium features, whereas now you can go in, you can actually see what people's mortgage balances are, how long they've been in the home. It'll do calculations showing, hey, in this particular area, homeowners move every 5.7 years. Pretty powerful stuff. You can go in, you can see if someone's been there for 6 months, they're obviously not going to be a good seller client. But if it's someone who has 20, 30% equity, they've been there 5.8 months, you can go in and see what type of mortgage they have. I mean, it's unbelievable. And that's all free. So, they've increased that that panel as far as how much data they'll give you. So we're going to have a whole class just on that. Absentee owners. I've always told people if you want to go after properties that are rentals right now, you can go into Bright and just do a search for properties. One of the categories is called absentee owner. So you can look for a neighborhood, check absentee owner. That just means that the property tax bill does not go to the property itself. It goes somewhere else. What that means is that the landlord is getting the tax bill somewhere else. So you now have the landlord's home address typically, and you also know that property, there's a renter living there. So that creates two opportunities in my mind. One is you could approach the current resident, send them some marketing material as, why rent when you can own, especially with today's interest rates. You also have the landlord's mailing address. So just tools like that. Again, we'll show you how to do that, but again, it all comes down to building that database. And the last part is, I guess there's two more parts. One would be social media. Again, building that social media presence. Again, we'll cover that in a separate class. Again, today's just broad strokes, kind of creating the map of where we're going, and just fielding questions from you guys. And we'll do a separate one on working with buyers. I actually talked with a lender yesterday who's going to be on that call with me. His name's Glenn Lazovic. He's done a class with us before. Obviously, with COVID and the employment situation and everything else, a lot has changed. We're seeing a lot more issues with appraisals, also last-minute underwriter issues. So we want to make sure you guys are all up to speed on all that. A few more people in the waiting room here. Click those in. So do we have any other questions right now at this point? We've got a lot of people, 33 people on. So hit us with what you got, anything.
Hey, Mike, this is Chen.
Hey, Chen, how you doing?
Good. Hey, I got a quick question about the postcards.
Yes.
Can you also do just sold postcards through the same process?
That is a Chris question. She's our postcard master.
Okay, Chris.
Yes, we can help you with that, Chen. Just give me a call and we'll figure it out for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
So it does do that. We're just set up right now on the just listed. So when you get a new listing, you basically just go in there and order it, and the postcards go out automatically. But it does have that capability too. I think we've had about 10 people come on after the fact. So I just want to jump in and show the pages real quick, and then I'll come back over here. So for anybody who just joined us in the last probably 10 minutes or so, we went over a couple of things on the website. This is a link to all the marketing tools that we have right now. Website address realty-advantage.com/marketing. So from this page, you can order color listing flyers for your listings, again, free of charge. Order just listed postcards that go to the neighbors around your listing. These are the custom listing presentations that we went through earlier. Again, these are customized with your picture, your cell phone, everything. It's a digital slide built by NAR. It covers a lot of the pricing issues, shows what you're going to be doing as far as your online marketing. Down here, this is the stuff that we've had in place for years now. Agent brochures. Again, we've had these brochures for probably 4 years, but now we've added your picture, your cell phone, your email address to give to clients. Business cards, again, just click on here to order those. And then the buyer and seller packets at the office. The other thing we covered is down on the bottom of our company website right here. You'll see agent support. Obviously, there's always at least 2 managers of the office. Call if you ever need help, email us, but there's also the support library of stuff. So feel free to come in here, just look at the latest posts of things that are going on in the office. We covered earlier, right here on the top is where you're ordering the marketing material. Here you can submit testimonials, and I'll cover that stuff right now, why the testimonials are important. You can order your yard signs, again, contract checklist, settlement package, all this stuff is all fillable PDFs for you. So you don't have to worry about getting checklists from the office. You can fill them out right here, just email them in. New forms that come out, the solar panel addendum, Chris just posted this. So, videos of past classes, resources are in here. So as far as the pages, one is realtyadvantage.com/marketing, one is /support, and then the other one is /testimonials. So what I'll show you right now, we had covered earlier, if a seller Googles the company, there's plenty of information that'll pop up. You want to make sure they're seeing stuff for you as well. So I'm just going to show you actually my profile on the site. You can kind of see there is a method to the madness of what we're trying to do here for you guys. So when people go to the Fairfax site, or sorry, Realty Advantage site, Fairfax, they both go to the same place now, and search your name. They also show up in the Google search results. So right here is a bio. If you guys haven't done a bio yet, please send one in. I mentioned earlier when we started, there'll be some homework. Homework number 1 is please send in a picture if you haven't done so already. Second one is please send in a bio. We'll make sure both of these get updated on your page. Down here, these are the testimonials. When you send in a testimonial on that testimonial page, it'll show up on your page here. If you don't have any right now, it's just scrolling through and it'll show other testimonials that people have submitted. So just send in at least 2 testimonials. That way you've got something here scrolling on your personal page. Below that, it's an IDX, featured listings, recent and past sales. So again, take advantage of this stuff. It's all free. We'll build it all out for you. It's already in place. But again, if you haven't sent in the information, you're really not getting the benefit of it. So one last thing I'll show, as far as those, is just our agent page. So when sellers go to our website, again, they're just going to basically be seeing all the profiles of you guys. We've already built all this out. What you don't want to do is they click on one of these listings and your page is empty. So at the bottom, I'm not going to shame anybody, but these are the people with no pictures. So if you get a chance, send in a picture. We'll get that updated for you. But again, sellers and buyers are all seeing this stuff. So it really helps you guys to just fill out the information. That way it's all in there for you. Stop that. Were there any new questions? No. Hey, Chris, did Lorinda have a question about something?
Sorry.
Mike, I have a quick question.
We were just talking about requesting testimonials. She's going to work on that.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about sending that link so that it's easy for her customers, and she's just going to send an email to her whole past client list and just BCC, so each client doesn't see that it's gone to however many people, but it should be that easy. So hopefully a big number of those happy people just click the link, submit their testimonial, and then we'll update it and we'll share it with you.
Yeah, and another question was, how do I word it? How do I ask for it? Sometimes just trying to ask, what do you say to your client instead of saying, can you send me a testimonial, but try to make it the email to be a little bit friendly.
Sure, sure. I would say something to the effect of, hey, just checking in to see if you needed help with anything whatsoever. It's been a busy market. Maybe send something else of a value, like attach a market report from Bright. And just like, hey, this is what's happening in your market right now. Again, it's not a mass email, but then you can say, and by the way, if you have a moment, I'd really appreciate if you don't mind doing a testimonial. It would really help. If I can be of service, please let me know. Something that simple. And the reason we did the testimonials like this, just so you guys know, Zillow is great. You definitely need to have a nice profile and presence on there, but it's not an ideal place to send your buyers or sellers because they're being bombarded with other agents. Other agents' bios, the number of reviews, the advertising. So we're trying to build out these portals in a way where it's got your picture, a brief bio. Just while I'm remembering here, on the bios, don't get too crazy on the bios. You don't want to have a 7-page bio of yourself. First of all, it pushes the whole page down where they can't get down to the meat of it. And also, especially from a mobile phone, it's not good. So try to keep it to like 4 sentences. But we want to have your picture, a bio, your contact information. And again, those forms that they fill out, that goes right to you guys. So I'll go back and I'll just share that. I'll show that again to you guys. So if they come in here, they're going to find this. It's typically on the first page of Google because all these pages are optimized. A lot of companies out there sell templates. And a lot of that's the case, whether it be through, website templates where they're a monthly fee or a subscription fee. Everybody's got the same page. So a lot of it doesn't show up in Google. So keep the bio relatively simple and to the point. If you have a Facebook page, LinkedIn, whatever, we can create all that in here. If you have an Instagram page, all those links can be right here. If they fill out this form, that information goes right to you. So Lorinda, to your point about the testimonials, all of these testimonials will be just to you specifically. By the way, Rick, I appreciate the kind words on LinkedIn. So again, it's just, we want to make it easy for customers to put these in for you. And again, some stats. If you've got big numbers for sales, we can make these your personal stats as far as home sold and all that. But just for more generic purposes, I think it's impressive to see the company stats just because of the number of sales and market price. And Lasantha, I know you and I talked about the sale you just recently did. I guess it was with the doctor's program. So just things like that. That's the page I was talking about, where we can put a little blurb in there about that program that's unique. So you guys, if there's things you want in your pages, we can customize those. So don't be shy. Send in what you're looking to do, or if you don't like the layout, we can move things around. They're all customizable.
Mike, I have a quick question.
Yep.
Do we have, sometimes clients do ask us for, providers or some providers that maybe we're using, I don't know, maybe a list of inspectors or do we have anything that we can use as a company? Do we have any list of providers that we can have as a suggestion?
We can certainly recommend. We've got literature in the office, but we can definitely give you a few names and all that. We don't have a set list. I don't like getting in everybody's business saying, hey, this is who you should be using for this. I will only recommend people that I've personally used and have good experiences with. There's no right or wrong. There's tons of people out there, but by all means, we've got 3 different home inspectors that we could recommend. We've got radon people. Again, I'm not going to say anything negative about companies, but there's certain termite companies that will do termite inspections for so cheap, it's ridiculous. But magically, every single deal comes back with huge termite problems. So we had an issue where people were putting out literature in our office and agents were using them to order termites, but it seemed like 3 deals in a row came back with $1,000 termite treatments required, and we were having to bring in second companies to but at that point, if you're the listing agent, you got all kinds of problems. So we're very very leery of recommending too much. Same thing with lenders. The lenders whose material we have out in the office, there's nothing wrong with other lenders. These are just the ones that we've worked with personally. But Jane, to your point, yeah, we can certainly get you a list of people that we've worked with and we had good experiences with. And likewise, if you have great experience with somebody, feel free to send it in. We're happy to share that.
I would
Great.
add that if you suggest someone to a client, give them at least 3.
Mhm.
So, it's not just one home inspection company, you give them 3, so they have the freedom to check them out and see who they feel best about. A couple lenders, just that way it's not, you told me to use this person and knock on wood, but God forbid that's a situation where something goes wrong, always give them a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
And Chen, did you have any other questions? You asked about the cards.
Sorry, I muted myself. I think I'm good. I need to try to connect together like the stuff that you guys are building out with some of the stuff I have now, like in terms of web presence, and if I should be like cleaning house some and eliminating certain things. So I'm going to take it all in through the series and then try to figure out how to move forward, maybe with some help from you guys.
Sure. Yes, I would just say before the next class we do, I would just say everybody, if you haven't already, please send in a picture that you're happy with. If you don't have a picture that you're happy with, we will do headshots for free at the office. We just bought a very nice camera. We've got a backdrop now. I think it looks very classy, and we're happy to take those for you for free if you want to have headshots done. I think 4 or 5 agents have already said they'd be interested. So I haven't forgot about you. I'm just trying to coordinate so we can have a day where we can kind of take over the conference room and keep everybody spread out so everybody's comfortable and safe. But I would like to do that sooner than later. So in the next probably 2 weeks, we'll throw a couple of dates out there if you guys want to come in and get those free headshots done. So that'll be the first one. Make sure we have a picture. If not, make sure we have a bio for you guys. Contacts for your Facebook page, Instagram, anything like that. Those profiles are showing up on Google. I think if you guys Googled yourselves, I'm sure a lot of you found those profiles on Realty Advantage showing up. The third one would be testimonials. Those are very powerful. And again, if you have 3 or 4 people just scrolling across testimonials, it really just gives that sense of assurance to buyers and sellers when they're doing their research on you. Lastly, go ahead and play around with the support page. Scroll through. If you see a topic that interests you, or if there's a topic that you would like to have us cover, let us know. Again, we're going to be doing a lot of these. We were doing quite a few of the Zoom meetings back in the early COVID days. Things got super busy. I know Chris just did a great class, which we need to get that. We have it recorded. We're going to post that on the contracts and buyer agency agreement, listing agreements. This particular class and the upcoming ones, since it's going to be, we're trying to give you guys these tools to have an advantage. They probably will have a password when we post them, the video. The password is going to be extremely complex and highly secure. It is going to be the last 4 digits of our phone number, 9800. So easy to remember. Again, this will be for once we post the recordings of these to the support page. Again, second website I would play around with, get comfortable, start using. We're ready to go, guys. So if you want to go to that marketing page and start ordering some stuff, they're already all going. We just put it all in one place for you to make it a little easier. And then the last one will be testimonials. Try to get 2 testimonials, and we'll get them uploaded. If you want to send us 10 testimonials, fantastic. Just keep sending them there, and we'll get them put on the page for you. And then the next couple classes, I mentioned one will be on Just Remind. It'll all be about using the tool, going through neighborhoods, looking at mortgage amounts and people that might make good seller candidates. Separate class is going to be on CRM. I can show you a couple of basic free tools to use. And again, anybody who's interested in doing Salesforce, I'm happy to help you build that out. I just built out mine over the last year, so I'm pretty familiar with it now. It's by far the most powerful CRM on the planet. So it's a little bit overkill, but I think the way you set it up for real estate, it'll be a great way to not only manage your leads and prospects, but it'll make managing your current deal flow a lot easier than what you're doing now. We're also going to do one on marketing plan. That's probably going to be the next one, where we'll talk about what are the actual steps you can take, one, for growing your business, But then the second one is for presenting to sellers. And that's when we'll start getting into the social media stuff a little more. But again, the idea is that 2 or 3 classes from now, you've got a nice online digital footprint is what I like to call it. So that when you do start reaching out to sellers, we start getting into the classes where you're actually prospecting to sellers. First thing they do is they're going to Google your name, and you want to make sure you've got a strong showing there. We'll also talk about scripts, postcard campaigns, social media advertising on Facebook, Instagram, all that. But it all starts with this basic stuff. If you don't have a picture online and no bio and all that, there's no point in doing that other stuff because the sellers are going to be turned off. So again, we're here for you guys. Really appreciate you coming in. Did you guys have any other questions about anything at all? Not so much just about this class, about anything? A great turnout. We got 33 people, 32. So
Karen had a question in the chat about the testimonials. They don't need to be, quote unquote, she asked if they needed to be fresh. If it's a past client, you can just say, I know we've done business in the past. I'm just updating, something with my business plan, and they should still be happy to do it. They will be asked to verify or certify that they were a past client. So it's not just some random writing you a review, but it doesn't have to be, the last 60 days or something. And I'd say a second side to that.
I can't hear you very well, Chris. What was that?
Oh, sorry. Karen asked in the chat if the reviews needed to be, or testimonials needed to be, quote unquote, fresh for Zillow or Realtor.com. The customer who is providing the review just has to certify that they were a past client. So you can send it out to all past clients. It doesn't have to be someone who closed in the last 60 days or whatever. So any past client can write a review or a testimonial for you. But I'll also add to that, if you guys have testimonials already on Zillow or Realtor.com, you can copy and paste those and email them to me, and we can add those to your agent profile on our site. So that'll save you a step. But get more. Don't hesitate to ask more clients.
And the testimonials are an honor system here, guys. I borrowed one from LinkedIn via Rick, and I think Ken had chimed in as well. So I really appreciate the testimonials from you guys. So they're showing on mine. But yeah, the idea is just, let's get that out there. It's easy for the customers to see. I'm actually scrolling through the chat now, looking through a couple of the questions. Can I access the company logo through the website? I don't think we have a link for that, but I will add one. And that was from Felipe, so great question. If you want, I can email you the logo right now. But yeah, I would like to have a link on there so you guys can pick different sizes and resolutions and all that. Olga, you had a question about holiday cards. We can most certainly do those. Were you looking at one that would just be printed out that you put labels on? Is she still with us? Yeah, there we go. Okay, Olga, you still there? Not sure. You had a question about Remind. It's actually R-E-M-I-N-E. Remind. Karen, I think Chris was answering the question about Zillow, so hopefully that helps. Okay. Let's see if we have anything else here. I think that's it. Andres Morajan, I have a question for you. Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I'm on the road.
I don't know if you can hear me. I have a very important question. I cannot remember. I do apologize. Is your baby a boy or a girl?
Girl.
A girl. Okay, perfect. I know you're a mountain biker now. I have a little bike for you if you want it. My daughter's princess bike with training wheels. So if you want it.
I would definitely, no, I would love, I would appreciate it. Yes, I really.
All right, I'll set it aside for you. Let's see what else. That's awesome. I see you doing some hiking and stuff where they're on Strava. That's fantastic. So, okay. All right. Other than that, things have been very busy, guys. So again, we really appreciate your business. And if there's anything we can do to help you, don't be shy. Email, call.
So, yeah, I'm happy to coordinate something and pick it up from you.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty sweet, man. It's a pink princess, Disney princess bike. So it's got like 4 princesses on it. And my daughter used it for about 1.5 years, 2 years, something like that. So your daughter might not be on it for a little bit of time, but how old is she now?
No, it's perfect. She's gonna be one on Christmas Eve.
Oh wow!
So we'll start her early. I got her little seat on my mountain bike. So I'm taking her with me on small trails. Anything over rocks or anything, but she loves it. She's an adrenaline junkie like I am. So
Yeah,
I think it works out perfect.
That's awesome. Fantastic. All right. Well, again, we're right at 12 now. It's been an hour, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to call, email, and we'll send out announcements for the next class. If you guys could do your homework, picture, bio, any social links you want on your profile, a couple of testimonials. That way we will knock out all of that for you. If you need any marketing, go to that page, order it. We will get it ready for you. And then in the next class, again, we'll start branching off into marketing plans and social media. You guys have a wonderful day. A great turnout. It's nice when it's raining.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Very helpful.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Mike. This was great.
Have a good one.
Okay.